up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. Well, I don't know if I wore this look this one. But anyway, y'all, I'm doing my review on Mary Mary. I know I've been a week late. If y'all see my previous videos, last week I, had some work I had to turn in, got, 6 overlap, whatever. So I'm able to catch up with reviews that I was trying to do, that I would have done last week. So anyways, y'all, we're going back to schedule. So in this particular review, Mary Mary Season 3, which is episode 9. So, what was I finna talk about? Oh yeah, the recap of the episode. You've seen a lot of my YouTube fam. Shout out to my YouTube fam, my old new subscribers. You're not subscribed, click down that button below, and don't forget to share and like too. So, we're talking about I'm not gonna go through everything, and I am random. Y'all new to my joints, but I'm just going to some of the highlights. Now, there is a thing, we have Erica's voice and Teddy's return back was kind of the main focus of the episode. One of the scenes to get out the way, if y'all noticed, was like Tina, they supposed to be doing like this amusement park concert type of thing, or it's near an amusement park. I forgot where it is, but I know it's on, I think it's on the East Coast. Wasn't there saying somewhere on the East Coast, like summertime this is occurring? It looked like it. And Google, of course, is, we see back where she is styling for him again. And she makes a comment about, well, what about your manager? Now, we got our manager. We already know Google and Mitch been bumping heads, like bumper cars, just straight bang, 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 okay? So, it's kind of the best thing is that they're no longer, like I said, it's kind of the best thing, consider how the way everybody was clashing with him, that it was kind of one of those relationships that needs to be taken to a halt. And, but it's sad, who knows what could have come to them if they still would have been together, if it was, and unfortunately had to go to that issue. We don't have to go back to that no more. But yeah, did y'all notice, I guess, Tina, now we seen Erica flat out, she showed some shoulder, okay? She showed shoulders. But Tina was admitting something that she was not going to show any, arms, all her full arms. And she's just like, like she has something against it. But she may change her mind. It's the new Tina. So I don't know if it's like for spiritual reasons or just because, I don't know, because she's like, that's too much flesh, or because that's too much flesh. I don't want nobody to see. I don't like looking at it and wish it was toned. I don't know what the reason is, okay, personally. But I know this is fast forward, but when Teddy finally comes back, didn't y'all see, or maybe it's just that yellow shirt she had, you see a peekaboo, and we seen flesh in the back of the shirt, okay? But maybe that's because that's for her husband to understand. But I'm just saying, I just was surprised that she wore a shirt like that, peekaboo, okay? So, yeah, and maybe from the angle, was that the microphone? Did she have a tat? Was that microphone wires right there, or was that a tattoo, y'all? Sorry, y'all. I know that's so miscellaneous, but I just thought it was kind of like weird that she doesn't want to show her arms, but back. But okay. So we got one of the scenes that we got Teddy sitting there looking like, he got the sad face and stuff. Like, can I go to the ice cream store mama face to get back in the house? Because he's over there and he's Sunday's best. No pun intended, because Tina and Erica used to be the judges. I don't know if they still do Sunday best because I haven't watched it. I ain't gonna lie, in the last couple seasons. But I never watched it thoroughly anyway. But what I'm saying is, in his Sunday's best suits, and he's like trying to get back in the home. But even when he's coming up the door, you see Tina's ready for him to come home. It's been about a month, what they said, but she's like this. She didn't even have the, what you talk about, Willis look on your face, or nothing. She just all smiles in the window. So she already was ready for him to get there anyway. And he's all like, he's ready for to come home and be a new man and all this other stuff. And Tina, because she does let him in, but she's just like, he never used to have to, unlock, and basically like, he had his keys and now he has to ring the doorbell of his own house. And she's like this. She's willing to work on this stuff. But she's like this, I have to, they still have to work on stuff. Herself and both of them have to go back to counseling. And shout out to Truth Seeker. And I think my YouTube cousin Marcus Williams, also Truth Seeker. I love her reviews as well. She also does it on Mary Mary. Besides my cousin Jamila, I always try to support her house and stuff. But she was saying interesting point is like Tina and both Erica have like the mindset of like they're grown women with kind of like a teenage mentality to a certain point. Even down to why probably Tina wears the side ponytails. Okay, anyways, but the thing is that fast forward, like I said, she's ready when she goes to, after she goes to the concert thing, she's thinking about, because, she's thinking about Teddy, and she realizing, this not will work. In between them, when she's playing with the kids, she has to keep her, up front. So of course, their babies are ready for their daddy to come home and wonder what's going on. And she's trying to basically show face everything's cool. Santana, she trying to give him, say, Mom, the baby just like, dad. That's all he say. She like, Mama. And he just like, okay, lady. Dad. I've been seeing dad a lot. I mean, what do you expect? And she was trying to even tell him, I would carry you 9 months. And he just like, okay, thank you very much, lady. But, dad, where is he at? That's pretty much all Santana was on, okay? And playing around and being a baby, okay? So, fast forward, after they do the concert, she lets him back in with the little peekaboo yellow shirt on, and, they're willing to make things work. So they actually, I think it's between the right before then, they go and do some counseling. And this we find out is both of their problems or whatever might have triggered and they dragged on into a relationship and into the marriage. Now, Tina, who also was telling Erica that she wants to forgive her dad, she believes that, her father could be cured, because they're talking about I guess he was, some of the time he was temporary doing better. And we all know, unfortunately, what has happened, God rest his soul, with Tina's and Erica's and the rest of the Tina's and Erica's sisters. And I don't know if they had any brothers or not, but I mean the family, who lost their dad. And so on the other hand, she was saying that she felt like she got this revelation. God spoke to her, gave her the idea, or spoke to her about, God's going to heal their dad and everything else. And then she was saying along the lines that also there's a chance that their marriage, the marriage of between Teddy could also work with this man, and this work when she's going to call her husband. She called him after he did the performance, and they went. And then the counseling session is, Tina admitted, like, once she had the children, that even her first child, her priority wasn't about the marriage. She was just like, pretty much it wasn't a priority, maybe a first, secondary, or third. It was all about, the children and career. And so after that thing, she flat out, was saying also her problems of what she had with her dad, maybe I think she was saying, the problems she had towards her father kind of reflected of, this is just me, but it's kind of like she has like this angry approach, and it's carried on into her marriage. So it would have carried on whether Terry was actually faithful or not. It seems like some animosity, whatever, that ever she's had to build up, and it's carried on there. But we all know, in Teddy's case is, he had a single mom. He didn't feel like he felt comfortable about venting out to her. So his way of dealing stuff is just running away. And in this case, with Tina's situation, run away is taking little Teddy and okay, never mind. But you get what the point I'm about to say, okay? So, basically, he's like, sorry, y'all. Just let you know the phone. I don't feel like even cutting this out here. But basically, he's like, because of what has happened to, the situation is just built up. So he has the issues that he has is carried over to his marriage. And somehow it's the reason why he's running away from the marriage. Or maybe he means, maybe the reason why he keeps having these affairs is because, he's running away from commitment and the vows he made, and even indirectly was kind of like saying, probably throughout when the whole relationship before him they got married, or even when they started dating, whatever, he's ran away from. He just been running, just track marathon running away from the commitment that he gave to Tina. And it's just that, it's easier said than done, and you're not in those circumstances. Is like I said, even though he's saying he's willing to change and blah blah blah, it's like, what, God was whatever she decides to do, even though it's kind of like, and then on back of that, we also have to realize that it's not only the affair, it's not only the affairs. Number one, he did not tell her. Thank you for the subscribers and people of the commented below about it. But also, two, This was with family friends people, so he just it just now all of a sudden because he's vented this out and Tina's found out because of the vulnerability she's able to trust him. So I'm just like this, to the best. Okay, about this situation. So they together and everything else. Now if y'all seen the reaction one, because I guess to fill in till they get another show or during that time, they have to replay the episode, and you know how they gotta have the commentary about Mary's watching the show with y'all. So at the butt end, I think my mom was watching the episode, and she sits here and was talking about the whole thing with, they were talking, this is when Kenneth went to Warren, right? And this is how we probably see why they go through so many managers, just based on Erica's responding alone. I'm sorry, because when he's talking about when is the album going to come out, now he trying to ask on your behalf, right? At first is all Erica's like, when's the album going to, and when Kenneth asks Warren flat out, this is what Erica had the nerve to say. Why does managers always have panties always have their panties in a bunch? And then even Tina was like, panties? What you say about panties? And here you go Erica trying to explain, like, she's not apologizing what she said. She's just trying to say it like this and this angle. Well, you don't know, what people be doing in the compass of their own home or bedroom and stuff. Okay, enough said. I ain't got to go continue. I'm just saying is, if they come back for any more seasons and I continue to watch this, will Kenneth be around in the long run? Or past 2 or 3 years? I'm just saying. Okay. So, the thing is, Erica is going to see Warren, which when he does his creative flow, he working on Joy Star, also as in real life, his sister. He got the shades on in the studio with the headphones, and she's talking about, okay, when we go work on our album, and he just like, I got Joy Star, I got show stickers, and Erica got to remind him, I have all this stuff going on, and you're talking about you're gonna work on my album, and I've got to didn't pay attention that I did, this also that I was reminded of was, here he does not want nobody else to possibly work with Erica as far as being producer or anything like that, but yet she's supposed to be, she still did very decent in her album sales, and that's good and that's a blessing, but it's kind of like it's this territorial stuff to a point where it's like, okay, yeah, I don't know if she's on his album record label. Is she on his record label, or she just got like PR and stuff? All I'm saying is that Warren wants total control. He's like, Mary's his baby. He's like, Mary got going night. Erica got to worry about her own stuff because, Tina, her personal issues and stuff like that is pretty much getting in the way and stuff like that. She got to worry about her own self. Okay. But interesting enough, like I said, I think it was another time that, because when she went in the studio, you could hear the voice kind of like, she's not admitting to Warren that her voice is kind of warm, and when she talks, it's, it hurts and stuff like that, and, like something that's going on, so she knows she got to go to the doctor. She goes to the doctor, y'all, and it turns out, from all that strain, especially when, I've heard, like with voice, people, they're singing and stuff because they're taking so much of that getting the vocal cords involved, that I think her right vocal cord is bleeding. So, and then she's saying she's got an upcoming show because she still has dates to do with Mary. She's like, the doctor's basically like, you have to be careful because, you lose your voice, period. Not just singing, but I guess period. And then she's saying that now when she has to sing outside. And, he's just like, he's just like, you need to be careful, and all that dust and fog goes get on in there, that could make it even more, make permanent damage. And unfortunately, we see when they went down to the same concert that Tina said she was gonna call her man to come back, and which she did. She called Teddy, and it's like, it's time for you to come home, blah blah blah. But when they're doing the concert, y'all, when she does, they did one song together, and then when she does that song, I Leave No More Jesus, because she truly did, because when she did, it just, you could tell, looking at the screen, it just hurt it, watching that, just, ooh, ow, it was just, she said it cold, and it was just not going that well. So, the next song, Tina and her were able to form together, so it avoided them, say, like having to work with the song, or you know, where, you know, Tina could help her with the song, you know. But when she goes back to see Warren, didn't y'all notice that Warren was kind of like, hey, you know, blah, blah, blah. And she was just like, well, what, why you acting like that, Nick? You know, he was just making sure making sure like, like, I guess nobody was creeping, sneaking up on or whatever. But then when she was like, I guess so she won't leave no lipstick on. She didn't wear no lipstick. And he's like, well, you do need a little chapstick. And he really did give it a chapstick for use. I'm like, guys, what he saying? Lips was cutting him or something? Woo, Lord. Anyway, so, he is sitting there doing the song, and he realizes when she's before help, and, you know, the times the help came on, at times where kind of she did need help, and he noticed that something was wrong with her voice then. And he asked her, and she admitted that she went to the doctor. And this is Warren saying, like, here you telling me to basically rush with this album. And you sitting here and possibly could be ruining your voice. Okay, so you have to look at that. It's like, okay, you know, because she's sitting here again, all the things she's been going through this whole episode. Because like I said, really that wasn't that much that stood out. But she's sitting here like, you know, I can just get some tea and everything will be okay, you know, and everything else, you know, take some peppermints and I'll be good to go, and just need a couple days of rest. Okay, because she don't want the doctor to be right. And, but she still sings, so hopefully she did take the proper, out. I don't know, say she had to have any surgery, because the next episode again, it's kind of like, them going to tour, which will be tomorrow night. I'll probably be uploading all these about 7 videos today, y'all. But yeah, so you know, she had to basically, you know, it kind of ended where Warren's like, okay, you gotta make a decision. What you gonna do? And that's how I had to end it. Next time on Mary. And sorry, y'all, that like I said, it really wasn't that much really that episode that kind of stood out. So yeah, I'll have a plus one test a weekend, and I definitely will be here tomorrow night. I'm getting back most of my videos. So yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Take care.